Well, one more. One more. Come on. It's time. It is time. Okay, we're doing whether you should summon on Baizhu or Ganyu. Let's go. This is a good banner. I'm already telling you, it's a good banner. So let's see what the weapon banner is, because I didn't see too much, but I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna. Yeah, sacrificial bow is good. Yeah, Alliance Roar is good. Felonious Lance is good. Like, yeah, these may be good, but this is Amos Bow, a standard banner weapon. I would say summon for Baizhu, and I doubt that you'll have 270-ish summons left, I think is what it is. Maybe it's 240, but I doubt that you're going to have that. I imagine that Baizhu is going to be pretty good. Overall, this banner, it's seeming pretty good. Cave, he is already seeming like one of the better 4-stars in the game, so we could very easily see him be like, top of the charts. So Cave is a character that has a really, really good chance of being one of the better characters in the game. So even if you don't pull Baizhu or Ganyu, you are getting a good character. So I would say, summon if you want. Ganyu, I'm going to say this right now, I have not found too much use for her, sadly. Sadly, Ganyu hasn't really been useful for me for a while now. I do use Melt Ganyu from time to time, but I kind of just stopped, and even in Overworld I don't use my Ganyu, so yeah. But I will say, Overworld Ganyu is peak. She is great, she kills everything, yeah, it's great. But I just find myself not using her. So that's just something from me using the character for like, what? Ever since I pulled her, like her second rerun, I think. So when Ganyu got her rerun, I summoned for her instead of Shinha, because I believe that was the banner that she was also aligned with. So they were like right there. And after a certain point, I was like, man, I wish I summoned on Shinha instead. Let's talk about the 4-stars more. Candace, she's alright. She's not amazing in any way. She's good. She's usable. Cool. That's basically all we can say about her. Fischl, she's absolutely amazing. I don't really like using her for Hyper Bloom that much. It doesn't really feel like she does. Like, she's very hard compared to other characters to control what she does in Hyper Bloom teams. Fischl, she's really good for aggravate and like spread teams, so yeah. So Fischl's really good for aggravate and spread teams, so keep that in mind. Baizhu, he seems like he'll be a very support character. Baiju's going to be a support character, and he seems, I believe, they said that he was going to have a shield, a sort of small shield. It's been so long since I've watched the special program, but I believe they said he has a shield. A Dendro character with a shield, yeah, that's a Nilou character. You definitely want him for Nilou if that's the case. This character might change what people think of Nilou entirely, because a lot of people say, oh, Nilou dies all the time and you're using her with like Kokomi, you basically have to. Baizhu, he's probably gonna fix that if he is a good shield user. And then also we have Cave, which is probably gonna fix that issue also, because he doesn't really take that much damage. I think he like prevents you from taking a certain amount of damage and heals you, so yeah. He takes damage, but like he'll take very little damage from your cores. So yeah, this seems pretty good. I have not been able to get Nilou a single time, and honestly, I'm like this close to just stop summoning on her and summon for Baizhu instead. So Baizhu sort of seems like he's about to be like built like Nilou in a way. This weapon really is just not gonna be good for most characters, I imagine. Like what? It's a full HP weapon, and I can't think of any HP scalers that are Catalyst users. I'm gonna look, but I just don't think that there's many HP scalers that are Catalyst, if at all. I mean, we have Kokomi, Kokomi, this is probably a good weapon for Kokomi. This is actually going to be a great weapon for Kokomi. This is going to be an amazing weapon for Kokomi. Yeah. All right, Kokomi fans. This might be better than the donut. Now, see, the problem is, this is a best in slot for Kokomi. A character who, you can argue that her best in slot is a 3-star, all right? You can argue that. Depending on what your Kokomi build is, you can argue that easily. But overall, I'm not seeing any HP scalers other than like Barbara that would actually benefit anywhere near off of this compared to maybe like a 4-star catalyst like the Widzith or something. At least with Nilou's weapon, the HP percent works on a couple other characters like Kuki, and it gives EM. EM is an insane thing. All this thing is doing is giving damage bonus, which I don't know if this is going to be good for. Well, I mean, it's obviously going to be good for Baizhu. Maybe Baizhu is not going to have a lot of elemental mastery, but at the same time, these weapons tend to make these characters pretty good. And 45% HP, I'm just going to look for an HP scaling. So Prototype Amber. Yeah, Prototype Amber is only a little bit worse, I would say. Yeah, basically, Prototype Amber seems like this weapon, this, like, Jade Falls Splendor, okay? But it seems like this weapon, but without the elemental damage bonus, which we don't know how much damage Baizhu is going to be doing, but I can't, if he does a lot, then that's basically Dendro Xingqiu, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I wouldn't trust summoning on this weapon banner. I would say, yeah, this weapon banner does not seem too good, and especially considering the weapon banner we have right now is just way better in all, because we have Zypho's Moonlight on it, so that's just absolutely amazing. So I would say just don't summon on this banner whatsoever, because honestly, if you have like Prototype Amber, it's probably really good. And then he's also gonna give regen to all party members, so that's gonna be great. So I think this weapon is just not worth summoning for whatsoever. It just seems like a better version of Prototype Amber. So yeah, these banners are, pretty okay, I would say. Depending on how Cave performs, which I imagine is going to be pretty good, right? I don't think that they're just going to be like, oh, Cave, no, he's releasing, let's make him bad. Because, like, they built him with the Bloom reaction in mind, and that is something that is pretty OP whenever they do that. So, yeah, let's see. I'm going to be summoning on this banner at least a little bit to get Cave. Let's see. I'm just going to do it because I want to see. Okay, there's no difference so far. There is definitely a 5-star in here. So, who's it going to be? Gold. So that's what it looks like. Oh, and he falls over. All right. So who will it be? Obviously, we want Bailo or Bailu. Okay, it kind of scared me a little bit. I don't know if you can get a 5-star weapon. I'm assuming you can't. It's gonna be at 50. I think it is guaranteed to be just 50. So let's see. Oh, Clara. I mean, she looks cool. New character. Oh, she's like so dainty. I didn't expect her to be that dainty. She's like, oh, I'm cold. When I was editing the first video I did on this game, guess what happened when I looked at this? Oh, wow, we leveled her up. Cool. They give you the XP books back. So yeah, hopefully I can pull Nilou and, get Cave next, because I imagine Cave is going to be like the best guy. Also, he converts his damage to Dendro. That is something that is absolutely amazing, because, if you have enough Hydro Appliers, you can just hit with Dendro. Yeah, that's the reason why you use Al-Haytham on Nilou's team. This guy, Cave, might be better than Al-Haytham on Nilou's team. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.